Hey guys, it's Rosie and welcome to Rosie Reacts. So today I am going to be diving back into the BTS storyline. I know that I had said I wasn't going to come back to it for a couple more weeks, but best laid plans of mice and men, a little birdie told me that apparently the next BTS comeback is more than likely going to take place in August, and that it's more than likely going to be heavily based in the storyline. So I'm not going to not watch that comeback when it happens. So I need to catch up. I need to finish this. I have a whole ass book left to read. See, I have a whole ass book that I bought that I need to read. And I'm a slow reader, so I need to put this in what's the fastest gear? I don't know. I need to put this in the fast gear. I'm not good. I don't drive shift. Stick. Okay. But yes. So I spent this morning going over my previous notes from the storyline to refresh my brain, and I'm ready. So today's agenda is going to be Blood, Sweat, and Tears Korean version. Then I'm going to watch the explanation video for this. Then I'm going to watch the Wings tour trailer, and then in a separate video that I'm going to post for free on my Patreon, I'm going to do the Blood, Sweat, and Tears Japanese version, because I don't want no copyright, but I want you guys to see it, so it's going to be in the link in the description. A lot to get through today, but I am motivated. I swear, becoming a BTS ARMY is kind of like college all over again, because you're taking notes, you're like cramming for the final, which is basically the comeback, and I'm excited for this comeback because for me, even though I did react to like the Map of the Soul 7 album, I really consider like this next comeback that they're gonna have to be my first real comeback, just because of the fact that I wasn't really ARMY yet when I reacted to the Map of the Soul 7. I still consider myself a non-K-pop fan. I just started listening to BTS and exploring their discography, so I was so new that I couldn't appreciate it as much as I feel like I'm going to really just go crazy for this new album that they're going to be releasing. And I just feel so blessed because I know that this new album is going to be like their self-produced album, and I'm just like, how amazing is this going to be? I can't even take it. Oh, before I forget, I have created a Twitter account. I might post updates there every now and then, and if you guys want to share any news that you think I should know, as long as it's not spoilery, you can always message me there. My handle is at Rosie Reacts. At Rosie Reacts. I can't talk. I sound weird. At Rosie Reacts, my channel name. Okay, so let's dive into this. As always, I'm gonna watch the music video all the way through to absorb what's happening, and then I'm going to watch it again with a lot of pausing to see if I like point out the things that I caught. Let's go ahead. Fancy. Why you do that, sugar? This isn't who's BTS, this little clip here?
난 알고 있어 이건 나를 벌받게 할 줄 Peaches and cream, sweeter than sweet Chocolate cheeks and chocolate wings But 너의 날개는 악마의 걸 너의 그 sweet 앞엔 비려비려 Kiss me 아파도 돼 어서 날 조여줘 더 이상 아플 수도 없게 Baby 취해도 돼 이제 널 들이켜 목기스키 널 위스키 내 피땀 눈물 내 마지막 춤을 다 가져가 내 피땀 눈물 내 차가운 숨을 다 가져가
Run BTS theme song right here.
내가 도망칠 수 없게 꽉 쥐고 나 흔들어줘 내가 정신 못 차리게 Kiss me on the lip, 립술만의 빛 너라는 감옥에 중독되게 네가 아닌 다른 사람 섬기지 못 알면서도 삼켜버린 독이듯 내 피땀 눈물 내 마지막 춤을 다 가져가 내 피땀 웃음을 다 가져가 Want that money 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 Want that money 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 Want that money 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 Want that money 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 money
That's really cool.
He too was a tempter. He too was a link to the second. The evil world with which I no longer wanted to have anything to do.
Okay.
내 피땀 눈물
Okay, this was complicated. Oh, there's a lot going on in this music video that I'm 100% not going to be able to catch everything. From what I have caught, I feel like this music video is more easily interpreted through the lens of the book Demian rather than like just pure plot line of the storyline. Like I feel like it's definitely connected like in a symbolic way, but I don't think the events in the storyline are actually happening in real life. I think it's more like a symbolism type of connection. And for those who haven't watched my other explanation videos, I haven't read Demian, but I did watch a explanation. Like it was like a 30-minute video explaining this, like summarizing Demian and what it's about, things like that. So I'm familiar with the themes and the plot, and I feel like this is very heavily based in that. So I'm going to watch it again and point things out. And we got like groupings here too, like people, and then Jin's by himself. Okay, and then this right here, this caught my eye, because like Jin is between a white door and a black door, and like one of the themes in Demian is basically learning how to see the world in shades of gray, and that the world isn't just all good, it's not just all evil, it's a bit of both. And part of becoming your own person and part of growing up is in fact being able to figure out what shades of gray you think in, you know, like who you are, like what are your shades of gray, kind of like that. Okay, let's go. This beautiful shot. I'm not sure what this is supposed to symbolize. The dancing is on point in this, isn't it? And you see this? This was in I think this was in JK's short film Begin, right? Wasn't it? Like the skull here, I think it was. Oh, and that bird, you saw the bird? You saw the bird. And one of you guys told me in the comments that the bird is a symbolism of rebirth, which is important, because in the next album, not the next album from this, but I mean like Map of the Soul and stuff like that, an important theme in that Young uses is in the way of becoming an individual, of the process of individuation, is rebirth, like death and rebirth, which is also heavily a theme in Demian. So got that. And then here, like he put something in this drink, and it makes it kind of look like, because it becomes green, doesn't it? It makes it look like absinthe. I don't know much about it, but I know that in like movies that I watched that have been like, you know, like set in like a little older, When they talk about absinthe, they talk about it being something that can give you hallucinations and stuff, I think. I think that's interesting. I think that definitely ties into this. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how. Yeah, it's like absinthe. Oh, and then that also ties into like how he put something in the drink. Ties into his own short film Reflection, where he puts the ashes of the bird, like the burned bird drawing, into the drink, and when he drinks it, he like passes out. So maybe the absinthe connection is in like hallucinations, like that space between conscious and unconscious. Like the space between there is where you are able to enlighten yourself and find yourself, maybe explore the deepest recesses of your mind. I don't know, maybe something like that. Oh, and then this is very like symbolic here. Let me see if they show up. Yeah, it kind of looks like, I don't know, it's some type of communion almost. Like maybe it's like a Last Supper-y type thing, but on their plates is an apple. And like I've talked about it in my other short film reactions, that, you know, that's very biblical. You know, like a lot of people use apple as like the symbol of the fruit that was from the tree of good and evil, you know. Giving into that temptation is kind of what gave Adam and Eve the knowledge. You know, got that whole stuff about like first sin and stuff like that too, but let's not get into all that. I think the important part is that it was the fruit of the tree of knowledge. You know, the good and evil, being able to see the world for what it is. You know what I mean? Instead of seeing it through a lens that is purely good. And I think that goes along with like the lyrics of the song a bit. I feel like the lyrics of the song is very much about giving into temptation. That's what it seems like. Like it. I like this part a Let's see, what's going on in this room? I don't know. I feel like there's so much stuff going on in this room. I have no idea what it is though. Like, what is this smoke? It's green, like the absinthe is green, but I don't know what the hell it's supposed to be. It's weird. Lots of books, you know, gaining a lot of knowledge, maybe. I'm confused. Color me confused, guys. Color me confused. Oh, I just noticed that RM and JK are both in this room right here. Duh. Missing the obvious. Yeah, I can't. I don't know. sexy Jimin. JK floating. I don't understand this part. And then in this part, oh, I'm sorry. I let it play all the way through the first time, okay, guys. But how Jimin's blindfolded. Yoongi was the person who put the blindfold on him. I don't know, is that supposed to be representative of like the people, you know, trying to shield you from the world by not letting you see everything of it? I don't know. Because like in the book, like, you know, Sinclair, he came from a very strict family, very kind of like Puritan lifestyle, and it was like the influences of the outside world that helped him to see those shades of gray, you know, that encouraged him to think outside the box and not just think and look at things through the lens of the upbringing that he had with his family. You know what I mean? So is that supposed to represent kind of like you being blindfolded by that lens? And the struggle is like the struggle to break free of that and see the world through your own eyes? Maybe? Oh, and this part.
He too was a tempter. He too was a link to the second. The evil world with which I no longer wanted to have anything to do.
And then this took me a second to click. But I remember in the book summary there was an organ player, and I can't remember his name, that Sinclair formed a friendship with. And I think in the summary they said that he encouraged Sinclair to try to look at things through a different lens. Like I was saying earlier, that he was encouraging Sinclair to not just see the world in shades of black and white, of good versus evil. So I think that also goes with the quote that RM just said about he too was a tempter, like because he was tempting Sinclair, I guess, to challenge his views of the world and the ideals that his family had instilled in him. Because I know then in the book, it also, I think they drifted apart once Sinclair had outgrown him, I guess you would say. Outgrown his need for his mentorship. Cause I feel like them showing this now, maybe the quote was linked to him, but I don't know if the quote was linked to him or if the quote was linked to Demian. I think the quote might have been linked to the organ player. Okay. And then you see, like, they're like being See how like Yoongi is like dragging Jimin by the hand, and he's also the one that put the blindfold on Jimin. So I feel like yeah, I feel like it might be representative of, you know, like those outside influences that you grew up with, maybe, trying to guide you through this world, um, before you're ready to go through the world on your own and figure things out on your own. Because then, look, Jin is by himself and he's straggling behind, and then he's the one that goes through the rest of this music video, and I'll keep on talking in a second. Like, he's the one breaking free from that and starting to think on his own. This is just incredible, man. This music video is art. And then this is Abraxas. This is Abraxas. He's the god of good and evil. And he's neither good and he's neither evil. He's like, you know, he's in between. He's neutral. So the fact that Jin kisses this statue, and then is V supposed to be Abraxas fallen to earth or something? Because he has like the wings cut off. That part confuses me. I feel like maybe, I'm not sure. Probably. And he's also the one that put his hand over Jin's eyes, and then when he took him off, he was in this spot right here. But the fact that Jin kisses the statue, probably symbolic of him going through that growth, going through that stage where he is, you know, where he is starting to think for himself and form his own opinions. Exploring those temptations and things like that, right? Yeah, that's not in English. Okay, nope. Nope, I can't read German. I'm pretty sure that's German. Wait, let's go back. And then here, this is like Mary, right? And Jesus, I think. So this is like very symbolic here, because like in the book, like Claire had like an infatuation kind of with Damian's mother, like Frau Eva, something like that, Lady Eve. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, this is supposed to be symbolic of breaking free of motherly I can't talk motherly influence, right? Probably. Guys, wait, I need to check something out. Those aren't, is it? Wait, these aren't side by side, right? This isn't, there's not two flowers on the outside of the mirror, right? This is supposed to be a reflection of this flower, isn't it? but it's not a reflection of the flower. It's like, this is the white flower and this is the purple flower. So the reflection of the white flower is a purple flower. Is that supposed to be representative, like your, like who you are on the outside and who you are on the inside being different? Like your shadow and your persona, maybe? I feel like it. Because I'm not bugging, right? This is a reflection. That's totally a reflection, because there's not 4 flowers. There would be 4 of these if there were 2 on the outside. I'm gonna have to go through I'm gonna have to take my notes after this. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to go through this again and take my notes after. Because I mean, I'm not gonna go through it again on the reaction, but I mean on my own time. And then this here, okay, this is, okay, it was in one of the other short films. I can't remember which one. Was it in Jin's short film? It might have been in Jin's short film. Maybe. The quote, and I'm paraphrasing here because I can't remember things word for word, where it's like the bird breaks out of the egg and like whoever wants to be born needs to first destroy a world. I think that's what it is. So like, look at the cracks on Jin's face. It kind of reminds you like when you crack an egg, right? Like, maybe that's also what the exploding, you know how the Mary kind of went into pieces, the statue. Maybe that's the world being destroyed. Like he's breaking out of the thinking and the upbringing that created his world, like his perfect worldview, or his, like the worldview that was, you know, like just instilled in him. You know, he's breaking that down and destroying that world to then become the person that he was meant to be and form his own thoughts and stuff. So I think that's probably why the cracks, I'm pretty sure. And then I think that's the end, right? 2 seconds. Yeah, that's the end. Oh, that was a lot. This video is already long. I'm sorry, guys. If y'all made it this far, y'all are troopers. Because we got even more left to cover. Oh my goodness. This is going to be a long video. Okay. Alright, let's do this. Blood, sweat, and tears. What does it all mean? I'm trying to think. Does it connect? Do I feel like it connects in any way to the plot of the storyline? I don't think so. Like I said, I think it's more symbolically connected in terms of themes. You know, like the themes of growing up, of finding yourself, of learning how to see the world in shades of gray and make your own opinions rather than just sticking with what you were brought up with. I think that's the main connection. Okay, let's see what they have to say.
At its surface, Blood, Sweat, and Tears is a song about the dangers of temptation and, furthermore, the loss of innocence. The music video provides context through symbolic images, which allows these themes to take on deeper meanings. But what does it all mean, you ask? Let's get cultured AF as we take a closer look.
I didn't read it, but I did watch an explanation.
So, it's an understatement
summary
to say there's a lot of symbolism packed into these 6 minutes. I know it may just look like every choice was made for the purpose of aesthetics, but I promise you, every single painting, statue, feather, and drop of wax means something.
Yeah, I couldn't
Although
figure
there are
out the
allusions
wax.
from multiple sources of literature, each symbol works harmoniously with the next to create a larger system of meaning throughout the video. But let's take this a little at a time. The most useful frame for understanding this video is through the story of Demian by Herman.
And again, thank you, Gino, for giving me that summary of this book, because it has been very, very helpful. Very helpful.
Hess. Published in 1919, this Bildungsroman roman tells the story of Emile Sinclair and his journey to find himself. For further context, the ideologies presented in Demian are heavily influenced by the ideas of the German philosopher Nietzsche. Nietzsche often wrote about the creation of the self, or as he puts it, becoming what one is. He claimed that people must craft their own identity through self-realization, and to do so without relying on anything transcending that life, such as God or a soul. He spoke of the death of God, and a future where we would see the dissolution of traditional religion and metaphysics. Nietzsche was, quote, engaged in a positive program to reaffirm life, and so he called for a radical, naturalistic rethinking of the...
No, but really, girl, how are you trying to have us keep attention on this video and what you're saying when you keep on showing us such beautiful pictures of our boys? I mean, come on. Woo! Sorry.
Nature of human existence, knowledge, and morality. All of these ideas are central to Demian, as they're what drives Sinclair's journey towards a new understanding of life. Sinclair does not go on this journey of discovery alone, however, for he has many mentors who guide him. His dear friend, Max Demian, is the first and most important mentor. The others include Demian's mother, Frau Eva, and a wise organ player named Pistorius.
Ah, Pistorius. Okay,
Anyways, this motif of mentoring relationships is where I'd like to begin. In the opening of Blood, Sweat, and Tears, we see each of the younger members paired with an older member, their mentor. They are still surrounded by symbols of innocence, not yet having embarked on their journey of self-discovery.
No,
Jin, the oldest member, stands alone, admiring the painting, The Fall of the Rebel Angels. He is about to begin his journey. As Jin gazes at this depiction of the battle between good and evil, Bach's Mass in B minor plays in the background. Jin stands perfectly between two doors, one black, one white, one good, one evil.
I feel so proud of myself right now.
Sinclair is constantly being tempted by things that belong to the realm of darkness. He feels trapped in his traditional religious teachings and develops a fierce desire to break free and expand his worldview. In the novel, this is symbolized by the sparrowhawk. Sinclair finds some freedom when Demian introduces him to the idea that the world cannot be categorized into binary categories of good and evil, but rather there is good in all evil and evil in all good. This concept is represented by the god called Abraxas. The deity is neither good nor evil, but rather an affirmation of the existence of both. Furthermore, Abraxas is often depicted breaking out of an egg.
The bird fights its way out of the egg. The egg is the world. Who would be born must first destroy a world. The bird flies to God. That God's name is Abraxas.
This quote echoes the Nietzschean idea that we must think radically in order to be born as our true selves. Sinclair can never find himself if he only acknowledges the realm of light. He must seek knowledge and learn of both realms, therefore destroying the world he once knew. The world that contained his innocence, but also prevented him from growing to his full potential.
I feel like so proud of myself right now because I feel like this is a much more eloquently put way of saying what I was trying to say, but I got the gist. So I'm so happy. Oh, okay. But yeah, she does put it in much more eloquent and succinct, concise terms. So much better.
Part of finding oneself is embarking on a quest for knowledge, and part of this comes from embracing both realms, and in turn, embracing temptation. Once we take a bite of the apple, we cannot regain our innocence. We now have not only knowledge, but also sin, and there's no going back. The interlude of the music video has a couple of direct connections to Demian that I'd like to discuss. Of course, we have a direct quote that's read by RM, referencing Max Demian as a tempter.
Oh, Demian was a tempter, okay.
He too was a tempter. He too was a link to the second.
I missed that.
The evil world with which I no longer wanted to have anything to do.
Another connection is the reference to Sinclair's mentor, Pistorius, the philosopher and organ player. Pistorius promises to play Sinclair Passacaglia in D minor. This is ads. Precisely what Yoongi plays in this scene. Now, I know what you're thinking. What about the kiss? What reason could Jin possibly have to kiss a statue? What does it all mean? Let me fill you in. Here we have another allusion to the end of the novel. I'll set the scene. Sinclair is wounded in battle, and Demian appears to him. Demian tells Sinclair that if he ever needs help, he need only look inside himself, and he will find that Demian is within him. Demian then kisses him on the lips and disappears. To me, this is the moment the entire music video hinges on. There are multiple layers of meaning to the kiss. Firstly, Jin is put in the role of Demian, giving a kiss to Sinclair. But at this point in the novel, Demian is revealed to be merely a piece of Sinclair himself. And so this is the moment Jin realizes he can now be his own mentor, and he has broken out of the egg. He has achieved creation of the self. The other layer of meaning we must acknowledge here is that Jin is finally embracing the two realms. He is kissing Abraxas, the very embodiment of both good and evil, and so he is shedding his former innocent skin. Throughout the music video, V was shrouded from view under a veil. He was a fallen angel, representing evil and temptation. The moment Jin was able to face him, he destroyed the false world of light he once inhabited, and welcomed chaos unleashed. This is what Lacan would call the real. Jin is unsutured from the symbolic order when he faces the rupture between the symbolic and reality. The symbolic order is the world established by traditional religion. It is the world of light where only good things can be worshipped. Facing the real, or the existence of a dark realm, as well as the chaos and darkness within ourselves, allows for freedom and the creation of self I keep mentioning. According to Nietzsche, this rupture is crucial. In fact, it's Nietzsche's quote we see here, engraved above the mirror. You still have to have chaos inside you in order to be able to give birth to a dancing star.
You still have to have chaos inside you in order to be able to give birth to a dancing star. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think, yeah. In order to give birth to a dancing star. Does that mean like you have to have that darkness in order to shine brightly as the person that you're supposed to be? Maybe? Because if you just have all good, you're not really showing who you are. You're kind of bland, kind of, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I've never read Nietzsche. I've heard of him.
The old version of Jin, existing only in the realm of light, begins to crumble. There's no chaos in him, and so he cannot give birth to the dancing star. What this means, essentially, is we must all suffer this fall from grace and face reality so that we can create our genuine selves. It is only once we're armed with this true sense of self, finally knowing who we are, that we can spread our wings and fly. Like Sinclair, Icarus too wants to be free and soar to great heights, but he aims too high, quite literally.
I think this thing is spoiling on stuff I haven't seen yet. Those were not inside of the
He ignores his father's warnings
video
about flying too close to the sun until it melts the wax that binds his wings.
Icarus. I've heard of this story.
Death. You all know the story.
Mm-hmm.
Behind the neon lights, we can see The Lament for Icarus by H.J. Draper. The Icarus imagery continues as we see Jungkook levitating, neither falling nor flying, surrounded by little bits of feathers. In Demian, Sinclair tells Pistorius that he's afraid of dreams in which he is able to fly, to which Pistorius replies, "It is the feeling of being linked with the roots of power, but one soon becomes afraid of this feeling. This is why most people shed their wings and prefer to walk, and obey the law.
Okay, you're skipping stuff. Okay. Stand dangerous. This is why most people shed their wings for not you. You go on flying, and look, you discover that you gradually begin to master your flight. Lacking that, you would be drawn up to the heights, powerless, which is what happens to madmen.
But not you. You go on flying. You discover that you gradually begin to master your flight. Lacking that, you would be drawn up to the heights, powerless, which is what happens to madmen. This, of course, is a direct allusion to Icarus. But Sinclair has better control of his wings, as does Jin. At least we hope he does. BTS's music and videos often tell coming-of-age stories, and the Blood, Sweat, and Tears music video is no exception. This is an important fact to remember as we watch their youthful characters struggle and grow. Although the allusions and symbols in their videos may seem daunting at first, it's important to remember that at their core, these are just stories about growing up. These are struggles we can all relate to on some level or another, and that's what makes them so great. And the massively impressive visuals and choreographies.
Those visuals were on
they're pretty
point.
Dope too.
Thank you for... What's this? I want to see. Okay, that was cute. Yeah, I feel good about myself. I do. I feel like, I caught a lot of this. Not all of it. Like, she did point out something that I didn't catch. But I caught a lot of it. I feel... Okay, sorry. I think that's the most I've ever caught in a song, in a music video or short film. Okay. Now we are going to do the BTS Live Trilogy Wings Tour trailer. Alright. Oh, he was on that in the Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Connection with Suga right there. JK and Suga, the fire. Oh. I'm gonna watch this again, guys. Alright, let's see. So this is where some of this was from. Okay. I should have watched this first. Okay, that was a lot in... no, not an ad. You're gonna make me watch an ad so I can watch you again? Okay, guys, let's watch this ad for Franklin University Makes It Possible.
Franklin University. Franklin makes it possible for you to...
Until that ad comes up a lot for me, huh? Okay, I'm gonna watch it again. I see a lot of connections to, like, Can you play? Okay. To their future music videos. Why is this on here? I don't like that. dude, like, does this not... Look at this. Look at the way he is. This is like, how V was in the On music video. Not the Kinetic Manifesto, the actual music video. Right when he was next to the girl, he was in this pose. And then, this is, like, the girl was blindfolded, like Jimin is right here. And it's, like, well, I don't think V was in a grassy field, but Jim was in a grassy field. This is cool. This is cool. And then this, look, this is also like the On music video. Because remember in the opening, it's the grassing field with like the battlefield. And there's like arrows all over the place, like from the battle. And look at all the arrows. Dude, they like tying stuff in years and years later. That is so cool. And then here's this Mary thing again. And look, I don't think she has a face. Is this the... I think it doesn't look like she has a face. So maybe this is when her face is already broken from Blood, Sweat, and Tears music video. Not sure. And then this goes by so fast. And then here, like, you know, like looking into yourself, like the imagery of, you know, like seeing your reflection, like the mirror type of imagery, the ripples that we've seen throughout the short films and stuff like that, is like the process of finding who you are, going into the recesses of your mind and seeing the type of person you are on the inside. Your shadow, your persona, having to unite and stuff like that, accepting all of yourself. That's a big process, right? I'm trying to rack my brain. Like I said, I had to look at my notes fast this morning, so my brain hurts. I don't know if I have it all down. Let's see. And this is like cutting it out. What's going on? Oh, look, I fixed it. And then he's breaking out of his egg, but then look at this. Why he loses his hand? I know you're breaking out the egg. Why are you losing the hand? There's like Black Swan. Oh, this trailer confuses me a little bit, but just because I don't understand all the imagery. Is he losing his hands because he's gonna get wings? I don't know. I know he's breaking out of the egg, like we were talking about earlier. They always just have such visually rich music videos and short films, trailers. Like I said, college level work. You could have an entire college class dedicated around BTS. It's crazy. Alright guys, this is a long video already. We're gonna end it here. I think I've already said just about everything that I was going to say about Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Like I said, if you want to watch my reaction to the Japanese version, I'm going to post that for free on Patreon. Like, all of my content is free. You know, like my reactions to Run BTS and Burn the Stage, and anything that gets blocked here, I post on there. So, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.